Super Baller here with some comments on the Lakers game against the Hawks last night. I was really uh, impressed with what the Lakers did for the most part. The reason for that is this is the first game since I can remember that they truly looked like they wanted to win. Like they didn't take things for granted. They didn't look at it like, oh, it's just another game. There was some real passion out there. Guys were really into it, which is, what you would expect from a team that's competing for something. What I really liked was LeBron with the smoke. I mean, it's not often that you see LeBron get into skirmishes with other guys. I mean, that's just been his history. It's something I've always, deep down wished for, that he would get into, some skirmishes with people, and it just not be some little benign, a little push and, some guys, get together at midcourt and throw around some hard glances and stuff like that. LeBron kept going back and back and back with Hunter, and he was looking for it. He was looking for a problem, as in, what do you want to do? And that's when you're going for something big, you have to have that edge to you. You just do. Otherwise, things happen like what happened in Miami. No resistance. So that, and, it's just, it's good for, the entertainment value. People need a little smoke in their life. Just guys just sitting back shooting threes all night long. It's not interesting at all, actually. It's not good basketball, in my opinion, as far as viewing, So LeBron with the smoke, I loved it. The passion from, all the guys on the team. AD was flowing all night long. That's another thing with AD. He showed a little passion. He had some dunks in there and, throwing a few elbows and whatnot. Just the overall, I mean, when you're as skilled as AD is, you can put up a little 30 ball, get 10 boards pretty easily. But numbers and winning basketball are two different things. Winning basketball, once again, you have to have grit and determination. You have to be on the hunt for fires to put out. There was a period, I can't remember what quarter it was. It was late third quarter, something like that, where Atlanta was just basically just walking to the basket. I mean, layup after layup after layup. I mean, it was hard to believe. Atlanta has a couple of good plays, some misdirection stuff. They were tricking the Lakers early on in the game. Later in the game, though, it just walked to the basket, and then finally AD was like, all right, we're going to put a stop to this. The long arm of AD was activated. Of course, you would like to see it a little earlier in the game. You don't want to go, you're not trying to get into that mode like in the first quarter and just, going crazy. You do have to pace yourself. You do have to let the game come to you and figure out what the moves are. But it was good to see AD, like I said, get activated, not just sit out there and just shoot jumpers all night and easy work and jogging around and stuff like that. Being to me, being a top player in the world is not about numbers at all. It's about winning basketball, and the Lakers looked like they wanted to win. Gabe Vincent found his groove. I've been skeptical for a couple weeks now as to whether Gabe wants to be in LA. And I don't know what's really going on. I'm just going by, what my eyeballs tell me. And it's just like he didn't really want to be there. And, it kind of looks like he wanted a bigger role with the team. But to me, if you want a bigger role, first of all, you got to guard. You have to guard. You have to hit shots. You have to be stingy with the ball, as in as a point guard, you don't turn that thing over. You have to be feisty and hardcore. And he, for the most part, was all of that last night. Like I said, and sometimes, my impression is that he wants to be a starting NBA guard. He can be a starting NBA guard if a starting NBA guard is not in front of him. To me, he's not there yet. I don't want to say, he's not that good or whatever like that, but he's not a big baller. He's just not at this moment. But, as the way things are, the next day there's always opportunity. You can always step your game up. But, the vibe that was just coming off of him is he didn't want to be there. But not last night. Last night was like, I'm up in this thing and, whatever y'all want to do, he was flowing, had the mid-range going. He was guarding and was very stingy with the ball with 0 turnovers. So that's very impressive. Here's one thing for the Lakers to think about. When I see the distribution of shots and, especially three-pointers and who gets the ball to initiate offense and all that stuff, keep in mind one thing. Rui Hachimura. They made a point during the game last night that before he missed one shot, he had a streak of 17 straight two-point shots. Now, let me get out my calculator. I think that's 100%. Rui is also shooting 45% from three, which is not only better than everybody on the team, it's by far better than anybody on the team. However, the people shooting all the three-pointers are shooting in the 30 percentile. Actually, Connect was over 40, but he's been dropping, unfortunately, dropping like a rock from three. But it's kind of like the guy that's the best shooter by far from three is utilized the least from three. He's like the last option to shoot from three-point range. And then the guys with the lower percentages are shooting it the most. Now, I understand, you have to do what you got to do and the way things flow and the way things go with the shot clock. But, Rui is, let me just give a little quick story. One time I was taking this, I guess it was an IQ test. And what came out of it is, the person testing was like, you can get all the hardest questions and then you miss out on the easy questions. And what the term they use is inter-test scatter. And to me, that's Rui in a nutshell. I mean, this dude can burn it up from three. When he goes to the hole, I mean, he has moves. He has lightning quick moves to the basket. Don't take it the wrong way, but when he is highly motivated. His quick feet remind me of James Worthy back in the day. Ultra lightning fast moves. He dunks with authority. He goes to the basket hard when he decides to. And then there's other times where he looks absolutely lost. I mean, defensive transition. There was one time last night where he was doing the, I guess, I don't know what to call it, but the Laker backpedal, getting back on defense. He's on the left side of the court. There's a man in front of him, and he actually looks to the left, which there's nothing to the left but the crowd. There's no more court. He's at the sideline. He looks to the left, and then the whole world just blows by him. And he turns around and is like, oh, wow, what happened here? His awareness is just lacking sometimes. He of course, does fuddy-duddy activities, which is, if you, I don't even know how to explain it. You get screened, you take like 2 extra steps to go all the way around and stuff like that when you can basically hit a straight angle. So he is either like a dominating force or he's aloof half the time. I mean, last night he had a big block, guys going to the hole. He can get over there when he wants to. I mean, one of the most impressive things in the first 3 wins of the season was Rui's defensive activity. When he decides to slide those feet, he can shut everything down. He can go to the basket on anybody. He has a whole arsenal of moves. He will dunk on your head. He can hit the mid-range, and he will blaze you from 3. But for some reason, he's like a, 4th option? When AR is in the game, 4th option, 5th option, 6th option. When D'Lo's out there, Rui is a weapon. Just got to activate him. But, end of the day, it was the battle of the Dookie coaches. Quinn Snyder, of course, was at Duke. Of course, JJ is, he's one of the Dookie kings. Of course, Jalen Johnson out there, who started out hot, not sure what was going on with him towards the end of the game. But heck of a game to watch. I mean, it was just pure entertainment. I'm probably going to go on a search later on today to find the people that said LeBron was done. Last 2 games, I don't know, man. Like I said, they had that 3 games in 4 nights. That's tough on anybody. But he didn't look done to me with the big, what did he have, 39? What did he have, the triple-double? Triple-double, 39-point triple-double. His floor game was pure, only 3 turnovers, big rebounding, defensive rotations. He was just slick out there, getting in passing lanes, blocking out, getting back on defense. He blew up a couple transition plays for the Hawks. He was just all over the place. But at the same time, he paced himself. LeBron has weaknesses, and one of them is always going for the heat check. When you get into ultimate strategy, the heat check is one of the worst things ever invented. It was an old school thing, and of course, TV guys, they love heat checks and all that stuff where they can, they like to lose it on the sidelines, but you're encouraging inefficient basketball when you encourage heat checks. Heat checks are, if you have a 10-game lead on the rest of the people in your conference, all right, heat checks, I guess. But, when you're, it's not quite the fight for your life, but, right now the Lakers are 12-11. You take heat checks and you eliminate them from your repertoire. It's basically a turnover. I mean, that's if, we're trying to win. And I think the Lakers are trying to win. Max Christie, big effort. He was a gangster out there. I'm starting to think now Max is like 6'3". I mean, I don't know why people try to exaggerate the height stuff. He's 6'3", man. Prove it. Prove he's 6'6", you know. And that's one of the things that I wish the NBA would do. You have a rookie that comes in, especially now, these guys are coming in 18, 19 years old. People are still growing, so you do the height and the weight at the beginning of someone's career, and then you just keep them at the same height and weight for the rest of their career, when obviously people fluctuate every year, even during the year. So I would love to see if, and they do measure guys, but it would be great to see, them publish new heights, new weights. We don't know how tall LeBron is. Sometimes, I mean, people act like LeBron might be 6'11", or he might still be 6'8" from, when he came out. You just don't know. It's hard to say. We'd love to see the tail of the tape and his height too. We want to know exactly what the freight train, what his measurements are. Is he 260? Is he 280? We want to know exactly what Zion's weight is. We want to know how tall he is. We don't know how tall these guys are. Like I said, people, people keep growing all the way up to 25 years old. We just like to know how long is Nas Reed? What is he really? Has Bronny grown since he was first measured? We just don't know these things, but it would add a whole lot more interest to the NBA. If we got up-to-date measurements. And then also you can even track it. 2003, LeBron was 6'8", 240. And 22 years later, he might be 6'9" and a quarter, 275. We would like to know these things. It's just more information that makes the game more interesting. So other than that, once again, Lakers need a little bit more rest, get rested up. I will be giving a video in the next couple of days about what I think about possible trades. So stay tuned for that. Great effort by the Lakers. I know there's a lot, the Laker haters, they're out there in droves. Hey, content is content. A 2-point overtime loss. At this very moment, the only thing I really care about is the effort. Not just the effort, the will to win. They really wanted to win that game, and they showed it. Is there stuff to clean up? There's quite a bit. There's quite a bit to clean up, but the effort was there. The determination was there, and that's all that matters. The other stuff, everything can be worked on, but if you don't have the effort, if you don't have the desire to win, then what's the point? Everybody else needs to find something else to do. Cam Reddish, let's go, baby. Come on, man. There's some bread out there to earn, you know what I mean? And he showed some signs yesterday too. Great to see. Dalton is learning that there's more than one way to skin a cat. Got to get in there on them boards with them big hops. You got to bend those knees on defense and get feisty. It isn't all about just, sitting out there and lacing threes. Once you showed you could do that, please believe the rest of the league is coming to stop you. So you got to have some more to your game. You got to be more valuable in different ways. Other than that, I'm out.